Hi there, my name's Jason Williams, and in this video, I'm going to do something I've been meaning to do for many years, and I've been slack. I haven't done it. Well, there was a necessity. So what I'm going to do is change out the steel winch rope for a fabric type winch rope, and you know that's all well and done. Like that's all good, but I'm going to show you pulling it all out, how to attach a fabric, the Dyneema fabric type rope to your winch, and spooling it up, the processes in doing that, and also a few things I'm going to change. And so what I'm going to do, I'll get straight into it, is I'll walk you around, I'll show you the parts that I'm using, and then I'll get into wheeling this out, and we'll record that and see how it all goes, and hopefully by the end of it I'll have a I'm sweating a lot. Hopefully by the end of it I'll have a fabric winch rope. The reason for that is yes they're lighter. The other parts that go with it, like the winch ring and the recovery points and that, are so much easier to use, and the soft shackles, just amazing. But I never did this for years because I was using this winch for everything other than a recovery situation. I was dragging like logs out of the bush, rocks, and on the farm, and just all sorts of crazy stuff. And now I've got to the point where I'm like, well, I'm no longer on the farm, I don't have to do any of that anymore. I'm like, I might as well change to synthetic rope. So, you know, being that I bought this many years ago, fabric rope didn't exist, and you know, steel winch rope, there we go. Well, I'll change it all, and I've got to change the this fair lead, the guide. Obviously I don't need that big bulky one anymore, and yeah, I'll see how we go with that. Right, let's make it happen. Alright, so we have a fabric winch rope. It's just a TJM one. Found this old Dyneema guide. You know, I've got my insulation tape, that's for attaching the rope. I'll show you how that works. Some soft shackles, which is cool, and these exciting winch ring and recovery point, which I'll pull them all out and I'll show you as we get there. This is the old heavy winch block and heavy recovery point and shackles, and my gosh, all sorts of stuff. Alright, let's begin. Alright, first part is release the clutch onto free spool and begin winding this out. So I undid the winch rope off of here, and it was just connected to the side, and it turned out that screw was loose, so I'd actually just, you know, undid straight out and off it went. So that was pretty simple. And so as you see here, I'll get up, move around, there's the old winch rope. And so what I've got to do is, running right out there as you would have saw in the time lapse, is go get this new winch rope and run that out, and then I'll show you that. Or actually, before I get carried away, might as well remove this fair lead. And since I don't have a pair of circuit pliers, I'm just gonna clip it off with a pair of screwdrivers, because I've got to drop this out. Yep. Got to drop this out in order to get the bolts like that. Do that on both of them. All right. That should, it's been so many years since I've done this. I think by the looks I've got to take all of them off, because one gets in the way of the other. This is where circlips get the name, the reference Zingon, because you'll be doing this and it will go zing gone. save that one. Oh, there you go. They go out there. I don't have to do that. I was getting a bit carried away, I think. Leave that in there. Right, now work out whether that's one of these sizes. Right, 16. Wonder where these bolts come from then, because you can tell that they're actually the wrong bolt. Let's hope they come undone nicely. That didn't feel good. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that's quite a long bolt, isn't it? My gosh. A lot of washers on there. Right. Ah, yes, it had 2 offsets in it. So what I can tell's got to happen here is this fair lead has offset holes like this winch is. So this is an old-fashioned type winch, and so this one here, you can tell I was using the offset hole, not the drilled hole. Or I might have drilled that hole years ago. Yeah, probably did. So we'll check the new fair lead guide on there, and then I'll see whether I actually need to drill the fair lead out, because the fair lead's got the center holes, but it's only got the offset holes partially drilled. So I'll check that now. And here it is. See if I matched up to those holes, I'd be way out. I have to be a bit higher, and so you'll see these are marked in the back. That's where I've got to drill them out completely and big enough for these bolts. So that bit I'll do now, and then I'll install this on. Then this is quite a bit thicker. Would make sense to why I've had these long bolts and the extra washers, because that would be an issue later. So I will install this back with just one washer, and that's plenty enough on that bolt to withstand, and it will be mounted like that. Cool. Let's go around and drill that out. Alright, so getting ready to drill this guy out. It's that little grub screw. We're going to get a drill bit out, and what I'll do is drill to the hole size that hole already is first, which looks like it might be a 10mm. Yep. I'll drill that out completely, and then we'll go through with a 10mm drill bit. Then I'll go through with the 10mm drill bit, or 12mm, sorry, because I think it's a 12mm bolt. I don't know, is that even working? been a long time to drill, isn't it? I might need to go for a pilot drill for this one. I'd reckon so. Use a 5. Looks a bit better. And this one, pilot drill this one as well. Aluminium can be a bit tricky at times. Got to get the speed right. Make sure you've got a nice sharp drill bit. And being that this is 10mm, it probably gets used. I use it lots and lots, and so it ends up being blunt. Well, in this case, just the tip of it gets blunt. Alright, pretty sure that bolt will be far too big. Just checking that this is yep, much too big, and so no doubt it'll be 1/2 inch. See, 12.5mm, that's way too big. Miles too big. What about 11.5? I don't have a 12 there. Even that's adequate. What if that's what those holes are? 11.5. That'll do. This on drill bit doesn't get used very often, so it should be quite good. Ouch. Hot bits on my feet. Yep, and that will do it. Just got to watch out for those catching in my shirt. And you do have to watch aluminium binds up a little bit. Alright, go install that, make sure everything's clean on there, get the bolts and then install this one back. Alright, so with that done, has to go up that way. I'll just thread these in to start with. I've cleaned it off, you know, sort of roughly. And like as you're doing it up, you're just checking that it's not gonna, the rope can't foul on anything metallic, which it's oh yeah, not gonna. Yep, no, nothing at all. And then do it up, I suppose. Line them up. Looks a little bit odd with the extra holes, but ah well, what do you do? Nice and tight. Obviously not too tight because it's a cast housing. Might be easy to over tighten and undo it. And then the next bit will be to, I'll clean this stuff up out of the way, and yeah, next bit will be to start feeding this winch rope, and I'll show you how to attach winch rope now. And so here's me just running out manually the winch rope, sort of tangling and just sort of fumbling my way through. You feed that in through the fair lead guide and run it along here, and what I'll do is tape it across, running this way to start with, and you know, I'll tape it some of the way across the drum, halfway across the drum probably, or maybe all the way, just with insulation tape, this here, and yeah, then I begin binding it on and then winding it over itself when I go around there, so I'm already pre-connected, and I'll run that cable like so. It's not going to be the easiest thing to do, but it's about all I can do at the moment. There's not a whole lot of room. This is a whole lot easier when the winch is off the car, but then again, winding it up is harder when it's off the car. So just a matter of getting in the right position and beginning to get the right technique. It's going to look pretty ugly, but the good thing is you'll never be able to see it. And we know that the cable feeds from the underneath for a straight line pull. So I'll keep, oh yeah, I'll just keep going at this, won't I? Because as it wraps over, so what I'm going to do is turn the camera off so it's not in my way, and then I'll wrap it up, and then I'll show you the winding up of it. Alright, so you see I've locked that over, and so I'll plug in the remote that's here, and turn the winch on. The isolator for the winch is here, big 1000 amp isolator, and turn on the remote, pushing both buttons at once. Yep, there you go, see the little lights on, and if we go in, I'm now going to set the camera up under here and begin showing you how it winches up. Alright, so winching in, and you want to just, for the first bit, the engine's off at the moment, and there's a, my spare tyre's attached to the end of the winch rope, giving it a little bit of tension, but should be enough to do. So you want to, you know, making sure this is absolutely spot on for the first time. And please be very mindful of your fingers. You've got enough weight on there with the spare tyre. All you're doing is basically watching that this feeds nice and straight. And at the moment you can tell the engine's off. That's okay because there's not much load on here. But what I am going to do is start the engine and use a time lapse to record it coming in the rest of the way. And so here, just with the winching in the winch rope, guiding it in, be very mindful of your hands and where things are in place, and just taking your time gently to winch it in, just bit by bit until all is up. So as you see, I've had this, I've dragged it all the way up from down there, 28 metres of it, and it's at this point. I'll switch it off. You'll see if I look in through the hole here, it's all wound on pretty neatly, and all I've got to do is disconnect it off the spare tyre and wind the last of it in. So as you might have seen, that's neatly on there, and just putting the last of the bit in, just gonna hold a bit of weight on it. Alright, and for the last bit, it's a bit of a tight fit, this hook on the end of that. See if I can. Alright, just put a bit of. I don't think I'm going to be able to put that on there. It's not really going to work, is it? So, because of that, probably going to have to hook to there, and put a bit of weight on it like that, and that's it. We'll leave it like that. I can now switch the remote off. Take the, most winches actually have wireless built into them for these, but this being such an old winch didn't have it, and so I bought this. I remember when it came out, the little doovie, whatever it is, remote for it, and it was quite bulky. I mounted it away and whatnot. So, but yes, that's it. Oh, that's it on there. Don't really like that. I might I'd actually back that off a bit and change where that goes. Oh, turn it back on. That's a bit better. Not too much weight, just a little bit you want on there, or nice and firm so it doesn't wobble loose. Again, switch it off, turn everything off. Oh, my camera went flat just before. Lucky I got everything I need to recharge on the go. Turn that off. Turn the winch off. And I'll show you this other stuff around the side. Alright, so being that this is the stuff up, these are my shackles. I'm going to keep 2 of these steel shackles, the small ones, just in case for the occasion if it arises that I need them. Got 3 soft shackles, the winch ring, and this is the Heyman and Reese receiver. It's aluminium, these are all cast aluminium, and it's just so much lighter. Anyway, this is what I've gotten rid of. This, my God, there's easily 25 kilo or more there, probably 30. And this big winch block, no longer needed. A massive Heyman Reese dude, I've got an extra shackle that I'm not going to need. And that's heavy as. So I've lost, yeah, sure, I don't know exactly how much, but I'm sure like 25-30 odd kilo, which is quite a bit, even if it's only 25 kilo in the end. But that's amazing. The fact that that's gone. No longer use this old winch rope, heavy as. Got this new stuff to use, and yeah, what else? I've been walking around here. I've had if I go in look in the side of the car, I've had the inverter going, and I've been charging my camera there and everything, charging a few things up while I'm here. And yeah, my gosh, finally, about time you finally did this. I can't believe you finally did it. We poke camera in there, you know, it's fairly neat, isn't it? Yeah, and it actually wound on really easy. Everything wound on so much easier. Awesome. All right, thank you so much for watching. This is a long time coming, finally done. Hey, if you have a steel cable, you think you want to change it, is it easy? You know, it's fairly easy. There's this video shows kind of the steps to do it. It's quite a simple process, and my gosh, I am glad to finally have all that heavy stuff out of the way. So when I'm using the winch, it's not going to be this heavy cable, because that is quite a drag, literally. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will aspire to see you in the next one. Cheers.